But anyway, I just kind of wanted to do a new type of video, which essentially just talks about remakes, remasters, and games that I kind of want to have like a remake or a proper remaster. I feel like first of all, I'm pretty sure people already know what remakes and remasters are. Essentially, remasters, it's the same game but better graphics. Remake built from the ground up, different engine. Anyways, the first example I'm gonna want to talk about is actually Halo CE, because as you see here in the footage right now, this is the anniversary edition, which essentially is just Halo CE remastered, and it doesn't look good at all in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are bits of it that do look good, but there's also bits of it that kind of look very bad, because sometimes the remastered or the anniversary edition actually doesn't really fit the vibe of what the level is. This is the level where the flood actually gets introduced. So as you see here, in the classic version, if you turn it off, your the swamp is kind of misty and all of that. But in anniversary, everything is kind of clear. So as you see here, there's so many things that's happening, and yet it's very easy. And yeah, and honestly, it just amazes me, like, as a Halo fan. I'm kind of a new Halo fan because I kind of joined during Halo Infinite, actually. Like, as you see it, classic, yeah. But like, I actually joined during Halo Infinite, like the first release, so I'm kind of pretty new actually to the fan base. And it actually really shocks me on how much 343 has kind of messed up the franchise and the game in general, because it kind of it's actually like a feat for them to actually do that. Now, don't get me wrong, they are doing their best, and I understand that. But like, as a fan, it's actually amazing because I'm not blinded by nostalgia. Like, oh, the Bungie games are better. Oh, the things are better, and all of this one. Like, yeah, clearly Bungie games were a bit better. They were better made, well developed, and all of that. But I feel like for three, it just shocks me, because there's Halo 4, and then later there's like Halo 5 too, with all of its stuff, and the story is just, how did they mess it up? And yeah, I think Halo 4 story was okay. It was alright. Halo 5, I haven't played it, but from what I heard, it's actually really not that good. Oh yeah, see, look at this room now. Another classic example of this remake and remastered stuff that I really wanted Halo CE deserves is this one. Look around you. This is the Forerunner design, and as you see, it's very liney, and but then compared to the classic, it's just like that. It's kind of basic, and yeah. I'm not saying that Anniversary Edition doesn't look great. It doesn't look the best, but it's not good, but it's not bad either. It's like a weird mix, honestly. Look at this room. As you see here, it's just like that normal, right, in classic. But then you prove it to Anniversary. Look at that. What is that green air? I mean, don't get me wrong, it does look cool, but it kind of makes you wonder what exactly is that green air, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, to be honest. And as a Halo fan, or Halo CE, I since it's the first game in the entire franchise, I'd love for it to have like a proper anniversary edition that actually fully captures the atmosphere, just like Halo 2 Anniversary. You see, look at that. Look at this. It's like weird. Also, I never noticed this, but in the bottom right, there's something clipping there, and it's really weird actually. Now that I noticed it. And yeah, I mean, I am aware that Anniversary did take assets from Halo Reach, but still, it's like comparing this to like Halo 2 Anniversary, which was, in my opinion, like the best way to play Halo 2 at this point. Like, I say, like, there is no reason to not play Halo 2 in the Anniversary Edition unless you really want the classic version, which isn't really a huge difference because, like I said, they're remastered. Nothing has changed. It's just the graphics, and that's the reason why, like, I really really like Halo 2 Anniversary's graphics, because it captures the suit, captures the atmosphere, everything is fitting, everything looks better in there, unlike in Halo CE, where things don't necessarily look better, but they kind of actually sort of look terrible. Like, they actually look sort of bad compared to the original one. And mind you, the original one, I'm pretty sure released at like 2000 or something. So yeah, that's just it. As like a Halo fan, it's a bit weird how 343 just somehow keeps on managing to make something weird with Halo, because it's really not that hard. That also reminds me of Call of Duty, but like, that's another video. But as a Halo, I really wish CE has its proper anniversary. And speaking of another anniversary, I really wish Halo 3 has its anniversary. I know the game like had released in 2007, but it doesn't hurt to like have an anniversary because first of all, that would be sick. Like, could you imagine Halo 2's anniversary mixed with Halo 3's anniversary? And then later, mind you, the cutscenes in Halo 2, they are gorgeous. Like, really, really gorgeous. And some of them, some of the cutscenes in Halo 3 are also breathtaking, even when it was released back in 2007. So imagine if they were to actually get that, but in anniversary graphics. That would be amazing. That would be so cool, you know? But it's only a dream, honestly. And I really wish that it would happen one day, but I really doubt it would. Which kind of sucks because I really enjoyed Halo 3, enjoyed Halo 2 Anniversary, and Halo CE. It's just, it needs an anniversary, like a genuine, proper anniversary, in my opinion. Because this is the franchise that started it all, so the game that started it all. So I feel like it deserves a bit more respect with its stuff. And honestly, if you like playing Halo C on anniversary, that's fine. I understand. The game looks better than the original in some ways, like lightning or something. But like when it comes to like the overall mist, I prefer the original way more better. And if you were to play Halo C, play it on the original because it fits everything way better. And yeah. But then later, that also reminds me of another game that I wish could do a remake or a remaster, actually. And that would be. What was the game called again? Wait a minute. Let me get that. Wait, no, never mind. I got it. It's actually Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, so with Fallout New Vegas, I was actually doing like a playthrough for a while, with Fallout New Vegas, and I kind of noticed how the game kind of is a bit slow and stuff. Like I did do a playthrough. I like this is my second playthrough, but technically this is gonna be my first because in my first playthrough I wasn't able to defeat Lanius, and I actually was stuck there for a really really long time to the point where I kind of had to cheat my way. So essentially, this is my first like genuine playthrough, but I haven't finished it yet. Now, in this with Fallout New Vegas, the reason why I kind of wish it had the remaster or remake is because I'm pretty sure to anybody who's played Vegas or whatever, it's the gun mechanics and how you shoot. It doesn't feel the best. Like it's not really the best at all. And I know people like to gush so much about how Vegas is the best Fallout game and all of that, and it's like I understand that. And then every single Fallout game has their own perks, Fallout One with its like role playing stuff, the Fallout Two with its the same with Fallout One, Fallout 3 that introduced the open world third person type of thing. Fallout New Vegas with its like the best story and all that. Fallout 4 with the best gameplay. That's what people kind of characterize it as. Um, and speaking of actually New Vegas, I actually really want a Fallout 1 and a Fallout 2 remake. And not a remaster, a remake. I really believe that Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 could actually do well if they were to be remade in like the 3D-esque type of thing, the one or how it is here in New Vegas. Oh, I just died. Okay, whatever. But like that's what makes me really wish for Fallout 1 remake because when I was playing or when I was recording the video for Fallout 1, I actually was shocked on how fun the game was actually. It was really really fun. The one where I like encountered and like stuff like that, like the bounty hunter out of like the blue and stuff. It was really cool. I found that really really like really really nice, and I kind of wished New Vegas had moments like that. I think it does have moments like that, but it's like kind of rare. I don't know. But still, I really love a Fallout One remake because when it comes to the storytelling and all of that, I feel like Fallout One was really really good at it, and that is surprising for like a really old game. So I really wish Fallout would be recreated in like the with the Fallout 4 type of thing, with the shooting being a bit better, but with the story and like the realistic and the brutal stuff of Fallout 1. And sometimes one thing that I actually really want to criticize about Fallout 1 is how vague things are. Sometimes they kind of don't tell you about it. And I don't know if you're supposed to have a manual there, but in my playthrough, I haven't even finished it yet. But it's very vague and it's not really that fun to play, without a guide. Maybe I don't know. I never really kind of attempted it without a guide. So yeah, I never really did that. Another game that I actually really wanted to uncover was Dark Souls 2. Now, when it comes to Dark Souls 2, I feel like the game is so rushed to the point where like it's this weird mesh where like it doesn't feel areas there is not really the best. I'm aware that Scholar of the First Sin was not it was kind of the remaster of the game because it did add more new areas, did I think increase the graphics and stuff like that, but it's not a better version. Many Not many, but some people say that the original version of um Dark Souls 2 was actually way more better than Scholar of the First Sin, which kind of is interesting. But I still would love a remake or a remaster of Dark Souls 2. More not really on Dark Souls 2. I'm actually more inclined for Dark Souls 1 to have a remake because I did hear that development, or for the second half of the development, things were actually really rushed. Now I haven't really played the game, so I can't actually know for myself if it actually is like, um, you know, more harder or more rushed, or it doesn't feel like as well developed as possible. But like I am aware that there's the run back, I think, called Seize the Scaleless, where there's like this invisible road thingy. That sounds horrible, even as a Dark Souls 2 lover. And there's also the other Bed of Chaos. Yeah, Bed of Chaos. People like, not like, well, people don't like Bed of Chaos. That's usually why they really hate that boss. But that just makes me really wonder, like, what if Miyazaki actually had the development time proper to like actually finish Dark Souls 1? Because some people, they say that, oh, Dark Souls 1 first half is like peak gaming and all of that. So that's the reason why I'm like really really interested on what Dark Souls 1 could have actually offered and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that's about it for Dark Souls 2 actually. I think what I'm just kind of begging is to like remove the Shrine of Imala scholar for of the first sin edition. Essentially what I mean is that I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw a video on YouTube where the original version of Dark Souls 2, the Shrine of Imala, the verse the area that I'm exploring here right now, is actually like not filled with that annoying mage enemies that kind of kill you and they do extreme damage. It actually isn't filled like that. Turns out in the original version, it's actually way more tame and it's actually a bit kinder to you. So I actually don't know if that's true because I never really played the original edition, but that would be cool if I did have that. And I just think overall for Scholar of the First Sin, if you had to like do anything or like a remake or a remaster, not even an update. I think maybe an update could be way more better for this game because all I want them to do is just remove Iron Key, remove Undead Crypt, remove Shrine of Imala, and then later that's about it. Like that, I'm fine with that. I don't think there's any other annoying areas there. Maybe that one dragon thingy where you have to go up to this dragon and get it, but like that's such a cool concept though, and I don't really want to remove that from the game. So yeah, actually, it's a bit of a weird video here, and I kind of did went along with my thoughts for some time, and did not stay off on topic for a while. But like, still, it's a kind of a video that I really wanted to say because I really think that some of these games or some people are getting complaints about, oh, remakes this and that. I remember when RE4 remake was getting a remake and people were, I mean, RE4 was getting a remake. People were essentially saying that like RE4 doesn't need a remake. It's not needed. The game is okay. And while I agree upon that, I still think RE4 remake is a way more better game than the original one. When it comes to the story and the campaign, when it comes to the main story, because overall, Separate Ways wasn't a paid DLC in the original game. So that has that going for it. but you couldn't play Luis in the original. Okay, so you know they're kind of equal. And I know that some studios there wants to like put some remakes out there. Oh, I want this remake, this remake. What about this one? And I'm kind of interested. Because like I really wish that if you were going to put a remake, I wish it would be a remake that's actually like valuable, to people, or like games that genuinely need a remake. Another point, actually, before I ended the video, I just remembered something. RE0. I believe I don't have any footage for RE0, sadly, so I'm just gonna have to stick with the Star Troll's one. But RE0 actually has this like weird problem because if you didn't know, you play as Rebecca and Billy, and it has the drop system and stuff like that for my Resident Evil fans out there. But like in the game itself, it was so irritating because there was no chest. As you know, in the original like RES games, the survival horror ones, you were able to have a chest there, and then later you'll be able to store your items in there, and it wouldn't, they would transfer unless you're playing in the hard mode of original or remake Resident Evil. But like in RE0, you didn't have that. For some reason, you're only having you can only drop your items, which is cool, I guess. So you can drop them anywhere. But the thing is that they only have like a set number of drops for each floor. So meaning that if you wanted to drop something and it's already max, you couldn't drop anything at the floor, which doesn't make sense, and it's really stupid actually. Like really, really dumb. But I really wish they had like a remake, or not remake, but remaster for RE0. Because I know that people are thinking, oh, RE5 could do a remake. Oh, yeah, another game popped in my mind, but I could talk about that later. But RE5, needs a remake. I'm actually all for that. RE5 doesn't really need a remake, but more so kind of can improve from a remake because I did play RE5 solo. I haven't really played the game with a friend or co-op. And I could say that like RE5 really was built for co-op because the solo experience is just not fun. Like there's so many parts of the games where the AI was just not there. And like the inventory system actually infuriated me the most when I was doing my playthrough of RE5 because lots of the parts of the game where like I could pick up some of this stuff and some of that stuff, and then later they just wouldn't let me because I didn't have enough inventory spaces. Mind you, the inventory spaces were only like 9 slots, and like the guns take up space. So let's say you're running a full arsenal. Let's say you're running 3 guns, 3 ammo, for each of them. So that's already like a total of 6 slots, and you'll only have healing, so that'll be 2, and then later you'll have an extra one for just like whatever. That's the reason why like I didn't really enjoy RE5 that much, and it wasn't the best RE game for me. And speaking of another RE game, one game that I really really wish that could actually get a remake is RE6 actually, because I did play RE6 with mods, and the game was fun, which is, it's kind of shocking because lots of people, kind of agree that RE6 is arguably the worst RE, or the mainline RE Resident Evil game there. And I don't really I kind of agree with that because I completed the game. The game was at times fun, but I feel like some of that it feels weird because there's this weird jankiness to it. Because like the tank controls that RE's made, RE6 sort of had that thing, and it was really really weird because like the game and like the action sequences and all of that, the game does not really focus on that. The game is really actiony. I think the thing about RE is like I don't really think the action was the main problem for Resident Evil. I actually think that it was the the controls and just like the bad games in general that made RE kind of have to reset with RE7. And that's the reason why I'm just kind of hyped for Resident Evil 9. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. People are saying that maybe Code Veronica should be get a remake. I mean, maybe I kind of like I'm fine with that. If Veronica gets a remake, then that's cool. That's fine. Will I be able to play it if it's in last gen? I don't have a PS5, so I if it's last gen, I'm just saying I could play it. I got lucky with RE4 Remake because they mentioned that it was not gonna be last gen, and then out of nowhere they mentioned it was gonna be in last gen. So I was just lucky, and I'm pretty sure that will be the last Resident Evil game I will be able to play on last gen. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, which kind of sucks, but hey, what can I do about it? And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all of the games that I actually really wanted to talk about now. Yep, it's kind of a weird video here that I kind of really want to talk, but it's a topic that I actually really wanted to speak about for a while. So yeah, that's all I have for today, and yeah, goodbye.